What is up, Gundam Meisters and Innovators? I am just a simple new type. And in this episode, we're jumping into the movie Awakening of the Trailblazer. What? It's Awakening of Trailblazer, not Awakening? Huh. Last time we saw Saji save Louise from losing herself. Katie teamed up with Sumeragi and Celestial Being, and Setsa goes full Gundam as he fights against O Gundam. This time, we will learn of a new alien threat. Something attracts them to Innovators and people with high quantum brainwaves. Linda and Ian bring back a new Gundam from Jupiter. So let's get into this. Before we begin, we need to talk about Alia's plan. He mentions at the end of Season 2 that the reason humanity needs to become innovators is because of, you guessed it, aliens. Essentially, he believed that humans needed to ascend before meeting other life forms. Can you guess what we are about to see in this movie? AD 2314. Lindy Vashti has returned from the Jupiter sphere after being gone on an expedition for 2 years. During her adventure, she has created 2 new GN drives designed to be used in a twin drive system with a new Gundam. Linda and Ian are reunited. She shows them the new 00 Quant. More on this soon. Meanwhile, Axis is being destroyed. It totally looks like Axis. We return to the final battle during Season 1, where Setsa is fighting Alejandro in the Alvatori and Alvaron. Setsa uses the Riser's sword to defeat Alejandro. Wait, that isn't right. That is because this is a movie that Saji is watching. Saji catches the people up on the past 2 seasons. He visits Luis, who is in the biggest hospital bed I've ever seen. At L3 Colony SOE, we learned through Shiden that many Middle Eastern citizens were forced to immigrate into the colony. They're being denied access into the colony. With them is also Marina Ishmael. The princess makes a compromise and asks to visit the workers, as they suspect some of them are being forced here against their will. The colony public corporation people she is talking to agrees. As they head to the workers' quarters, they're attacked by Jinx IIIs. Out of nowhere comes a flag to support Marina's shuttle. It is Setsa in the Union Flag Celestial Being version. The CBNGN 003 Union Flag Celestial Being version is a variant of the Colony Guard flag. Most of Celestial Being's interventions now involve helping the Federation at a covert ops level. They do this without using Gundams. The GN Sword 2 Kai is a large sword that can also function as a rifle, while large smoke bombs are for hindering enemies. Other Celestial Being modifications are unknown. Weapons include the linear cannon and plasma sword. He unleashes smoke bombs to blind the Jinxes. Setsa slowly picks them off one by one. Inside the shuttle, one of the SEO colony men point a gun at Marina, but Lockon turned out to be hiding as a public colony dude and takes him out. He pieces out with Setsa real quickly. The public colony dude is still alive. Marina says, "I'ma rub my piece all over your face." The two head back to the Ptolemaeus 2 Kai. The TCBS 742 Ptolemaeus 2 Kai is an enhanced Ptolemaeus 2 that takes a more practical and minimalist design. Now that Wang is dead, so too is their money train, so they have to make sensible designs. This version now supports GN Tau Drive since they too can't finance the real thing and spend most of their budget on the 00 Quant. It has a transam system and optical camouflage, and a GN field. Weapons include 38 GN missile launchers, 3 large missile launchers, 6 flat cannons, 4 cannon turrets, and a pair of GN cannons. The latest intel shows that ESF is planning on taking out a probe that came from Jupiter. Everyone wonders if Setsa is alright. He says you wouldn't understand, it's just innovator stuff. Beyond your understanding. What a hipster. Katie Mannequin and her fleet investigates the Celestial Being mothership used by Ribbons at the end of Season 2. She is rocking the new Vulga-class ship. The Vulga-class is the successor to the Baikal-class. A pair of MS hangars have been added to expand the port and starboard of the ship and increases its mobile suit capacity. It is powered by 4 GN Tau drives, 2 in each engine. ESF engineers were able to add their own transam system to a cruiser of this size, used mainly for high-speed travel. Weapons include 2 100mm grade dual laser cannons, 14 fixed laser cannons, and a bunch of GN missile pods. She is monitoring the Europa probe that is heading towards Earth, and notes that it is 130 years old. She and Patrick take a shuttle to Celestial Being, where it is used by ESF. They are also working with the Innovators that are still alive, mainly the Bring Stability clones. They are reverse engineering the quantum computer. She meets with a man who is said to be a true innovator. This is Descartes Shaman. They use Patrick's ignorance to explain what an innovator is. Descartes is being used as a lab rat. He says that she wants to see his powers. He was able to read Katie's mind. They let him use the Gatalaza. The GNMA Y0002V Gatalaza is the largest mobile armor to date and developed from the Regnant. Like the Regnant, this is an Innovate-used mobile suit. This thing is longer than the Ptolemaeus Kai and attaches to the underside of a Nile-class ship. This thing also contains 7 Jian Tau drives. 14 large Jian Fangs are installed, and each one has its own Jian Tau drive as well. Both the units and the Jian Fangs can use the Trans-Am system. Other weapons include the Jian Blaster, a Jian gun which doubles as a beam saber, smaller Jian Fangs, and 32 missile pods. He launches with a squad of Jinx IVs. The GNX 803T Jinx IV is built off of the Jinx III and the Ahead. Reverse engineering the celestial being mothership allowed them to incorporate new technologies. The Ahead's backpack is now a part of the Jinx line for greater speed and maneuverability. The shoulders have hardpoints for mounting equipment. These machines now get backed up from Veda. Weapons include a Jian Beam Rifle, which doubles as a Jian Long Rifle, 2 Jian Beam Sabers, a Jian Beam Claw, 2 Jian Vulcans in the head, and 2 Jian Vulcans in the waist, a Jian Sword Buster from a modified Jinx II sword, a Jian Shield, and a bazooka that can fire Jian particles and non-Jian particles. A few Jinxes launch ahead of them. One of the pilots is Andrei Smirnov. Descartes comes in and does critical damage to the probe. Andrei is amazed by the Innovators' battle. Now that true Innovators are becoming a thing, the president of the Federation is planning for what's to come. Graham, who is no longer Tom Cruise, is talking to Billy, wondering why there is no debris from the probe that fell to Earth. ESF claims it all burned up during re-entry. After the probe breaks up, strange events begin happening. Driverless cars and trains begin to crash. Infrastructure being run on software isn't working properly. Meanwhile, Louise has herself a freakout. Just some PTSD, no big deal. A young girl comes home to find an Innovate after her doorknob terraforms around her hand. Mina Carmine helps with studying the probe debris that fell to Earth. She is all over Billy's Jian particles, if you know what I mean. Billy believes that some of the debris is moving or vanishing. Mina will help him, but she needs a database of potential innovators. Setsa and Lockon head to Earth. Alleluia and Madi are living that vagabond life when they stumble onto a power plant. They enter to find crystallized people. A car tries to crash into them. Since the debris came to Earth, Luisa's PTSD has been exacerbated. While having a panic attack, Saji looks into her eyes. They look like Setsuna's eyes. That is when an Innovate comes into the hospital room. Saji says, "Welcome to the ring, bitch," and throws a folding chair into the Innovate's helmet. Power is completely out at the hospital. The Innovate catches up when he runs into Setsuna, who shoots the Innovate. He notices he has the face of ribbons. For a brief moment, Alleluia and Madi are in a Stephen King story turned bad film. They run away from the magic space truck. While this is happening, Alleluia takes over. He leads the truck into a trap, but more try to take him out. Lockon comes in to help them out. He is piloting the Gundam Dynamis repair. The GN002RE Gundam Dynamis repair is used by Lockon to lay low. It uses a GN condenser instead of a GN drive since they lost most of the drives at the end of the anime. Dynamis repair has been enlarged, with the number of built-in GN verniers increasing from 2 to 4. For the most part, this is more or less the same as Dynamis. Ribbons walks towards Setsuna. He shoots him in the head, but he keeps walking towards him. Setsuna then says, "I'm gonna blow you up." Billy, Vice Admiral Kim, and Representative Klaus meet. We learn that these shards are liquid metal caused by the extraterrestrial living metal shapeshifters, or ELS. They seem to be attracted to those emitting quantum brainwaves. They are targeting true innovators or potential true innovators. It seemed to have latched on to the probe that fell to Earth. All of the Ptolemaeus crew are reunited once again. Even Setsuna, who is blunt and to the point, can't put his fingers on what he just experienced on Earth. Feld says that he hasn't opened up since he became an innovator. Sumeragi tells her to think about him. That is all she could do. True innovators will understand and empathize. Just when you think Patrick is going to get some, Katie learns that one of their Trans-Am units launch, and the Innovades are no longer in their pods. Felt tells Setsuna that what he just experienced isn't ribbons, but a ribbons-type Innovade named Sky Eclipse that was on the probe mission over a century ago. They learn of the events happening on Earth and realize this is a living being of some sort. But what are they trying to do? Something approaches the ship. It is the Jupiter probe, the Europa, fully intact as if it was never destroyed. Celestial being launch. Lockon launches in Zebana. The GN010 Gundam Zebana is Lockon's new long-range mobile suit built off of Sheridum's frame. It also uses the same GN drive. This not only evolves the legacy of the sniping Gundam, but furthers the bit control system. This is broken into two systems, the defensive GN holster bits and the offensive GN GN pistol bits. They are both designed to be easy to control. The Zebana carries 10 GN holster bits via a pair of movable arms on the left and right side of the rear waist. It is also equipped with multiple missile pods. This unit has 2 Hado docks to help handle all the bits. Mari and Alleluia launch in the Harut. The GN 011 Gundam Harut is the evolution of Arios Gundam and has a flight form and mobile suit form. The Arios and GN Archer were 2 separate machines that combined into one, but that is no longer necessary. It also integrates some of the Riser's technology. This is the golden standard for hit-and-run assault units. It is piloted by both Alleluia and Mari. The Marut mode unlocks the pilot's super soldier potential. In this mode, Alleluia and Hallelujah work together. Weapons include the GN Sword Rifle, which has 3 modes: Rifle, Sword, and Claw mode. It also has a GN cannon on each side, the GN Scissor Bits, and 12 missile containers. Setsa launches in a modified 00 Riser. The GN Quadruple O RE plus GNR 010 00 Riser GN Condenser type is a combined form of 00 Gundam and the Riser. Instead of the GN drives, this unit is powered by GN condensers. This is more or less the same 00 Riser seen in Season 2. When they approach the probe, hundreds of bit-like objects approach the Gundams. They can absorb shell attacks. Setsa gets a space tingle and begins evading, but the liquid metal bits begin latching on. Flying claw arms come in to support. They attach to a Gundam called Raphael Gundam. The unit is piloted by Tiedia. The CB-002 Raphael Gundam was built by Tiedia using Veda. Since this is a design from Veda, this mobile suit resembles something closer to the Reborn's Gundam, rather than something built by Ian Vashti, though it does inherit features from Virtue and Seravi. The top can transform into Seravi 2. This unit is enhanced with a quantum brainwave control system, a GN big cannon, and a GN bazooka. It has the long-range precision capabilities of the Gatalaza. The unit goes into Transam mode and eviscerates the ship. Tiedia downloaded himself into a new body. He wonders why Setsa didn't shoot. He says it's Innovator's instincts. Tiedia tells them of ELS. This is what Aelia was trying to warn them about. They think this is far too early, but it is happening nonetheless. Some think that they should attack since they attacked first, while others think it might be a bad response to something they don't fully understand. For the first time, Setsa seems lost. Tiedia says that the Gundam they have for Setsa may be their trump card. And that will do it for this episode. Aelia seems to have predicted the intervention of alien life. But the question is, what does ELS want? With the world slowly achieving peace, a foreign party questions humanity's real purpose. Next time, we will conclude Mobile Suit Gundam 00, Awakening of the Trailblazer. Awakening of the Trailblazer. A bigger ELS force comes from Jupiter to attack Earth. When met with this threat, all our heroes that once fought against each other now come together to fight a greater force. And Setsa empathizes with the aliens. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to trust in your space tangle. Peace.